stalwart of Scottish military piping and former Queen's Own Cameron Highlander and Edinburgh Tattoo deputy producer, who sadly died in January this year, Lieutenant Colonel D.J.S. Murray.
March, boys! By the centre! Quick! March!
That evening, they set off to catch the government forces unawares, but they lost their way and had to trudge back to Drumossie Moor, where, tired and hungry, they took up positions at Culloden. In the morning, they had to face the government troops, amongst whom were Lowland Scots regiments, as well as some Highland clans who were fresher and better equipped. So we start our story with the final stages of the Battle of Culloden.
Asher mochrak hoich mochria golar Strichnia gum halan lershin Yalav mochwash nyachtuam Chachloin misanuar Gamal nogolwan Yalav mochwash nyachtuam Chachloin misanuar Gamal nogolwan yisevin Mafrush charloch morun Airet liach achrun Segun yisketantu aheche Mafrush charloch morun Airet liach achrun Segun yisketantu aheche Ach hika chaylaman kursht Karoyes nohua Sievanyes karshtantua shanyekor
Architect General Sebastien Vauban. Work began in 1748, employing battalions of Royal Engineers and local contractors who used stone ferried across the muddy Firth from the Black Isle. Some of the elegant internal buildings used the designs of William and Robert Adam. To encourage them, ladies and gentlemen, we'll start the minute with the first shot. And the first shot's been fired, and now they've got to reload, they've got to ram down the ball and make sure that the powder is dry and be ready for the next shot. Well, there's another good shot away. Well, please give them your encouragement, urge them on, tell them how well they're doing, or badly as the case may be. They're well into the, there's one, and they're well into their minute now, so that's half a minute gone. They've got another half minute to finish the job. So please give them every encouragement just to make sure that they do this. These weapons, I should tell you, ladies and gentlemen, not always reliable. When the powder gets damp or the flint doesn't work, it's very difficult to make them fire and discharge the ball. So it's a very awkward job. They've got 10 seconds left. So 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's finding new and better ways to raise their spirits. And of course, wherever any government hears of people enjoying themselves, it usually wants to tax them. So when rumours of this potent brew in Scotland reached the ears of the excisemen, they sent out constabulary, escorted by the soldiery, to find the illegal stills and deal with the unruly Highlanders. This was one of the tasks given to soldiers based at Fort George in the 19th century. And now the excisemen and the soldiery have spotted the illegal still. But of course you have to approach whiskey in the spirit of good fellowship, or you might find it can leave you. And as they came together in the Fort George became their depot, which became also the new regiment's training base and its regimental home, as it is indeed today. Thereafter, the old fort remained the Seaforth's depot and also became the main training base for the Highland Brigade in the First and Second World War. fell silent as the infantry went over the top. That day, 38 Scottish battalions crossed the parapet, more than the entire British force at Waterloo, and nearly a third of the whole British frontline forces. The opening day of the battle witnessed the biggest advance to date against entrenched positions on the Western Front. In April 1912, the Army had formed the Royal Flying Corps under its first commanding officer, Brigadier David Henderson, from Girvan in Ayrshire. Hot bases by British Army units. Here we see a Sopwith Camel on an airfield behind Arras, being defended by soldiers from the Gordon Highlanders when the airfield comes under attack.
Fancy her as well. I met her in September, popped the question in November, soon hear all to myself. Her father has consented, so I'm feeling quite contented. I've been to steal the bargain with a kiss. When I sit and weary, how I dream about my dearie, you'll always hear me singing this. I love a lassie, a bonny Highland lassie. She's as pure as the lily in the dell. She's as sweet as the heather, the bonny purple heather, Mary, my Scotch bluebell. Curtin, a farmer's daughter, she's one of the nicest ever seen, and her cheeks they are a rosy red, and her age was just sweet 17. When I wrap my arms around her waist and try to steal a kiss, oh, she'll wriggle and giggle and twist and twiggle, then you'll hear her shouting, "Listen, will you stop your tickling joke? Stop your tickling joke! Did he make me laugh so hearty, oh, you'll make me choke? Oh, I wish you'd stop your nonsense, just look at all these folk. Will you stop your tickling, stop your tickling joke? Oh, stop your tickling joke, stop your tickling joke. Did he make me laugh so hearty, or you'll make me yearn for the things most dear to you? With wealth and love to sow, but onward we must go. Keep right on till the end of the road. Keep right on till the end. Though the way be long, let your heart be strong. Keep right on round the bend. Though you're tired and weary, still journey on till you come to your happy abode. When all your love you've been dreaming of will be there at the end of the road.
In Kinloss on the salute taker's right. There they are with their hands up. The Black Watch, 3 Scots, based here in the centre. And the Royal Air Force, 51 Squadron RAF Regiment Lossiemouth on the left, to take part in a keenly fought but light-hearted gun race for the David Urquhart Quake. Now, when the teams are ready, I'll ask Staff Sergeant Rob Fielder of the Royal Army Physical Training Corps to check they're all right and ready to go and to start the competition. Now, the first thing they have to do is to carry these barrels. It requires 4 men, and if they drop the barrel on the way down, then they must come back and start again. So it's rather a heavy test. Those barrels are 40 kilograms, and they are not an easy task to carry by 1, 2, 3 or 4 people. But at the moment, it looks as though The Royal Air Force Regiment and 3-9 engineers are level pegging, and away goes the simulated gun barrel. That's 100 kilograms. That's a big, heavy object. It looks like the RAF Regiment's just taken a stride in the lead, but 3-9 Engineer Regiment is hurrying after them to try to catch them up, with 3 Scots bringing up the rear, but not far behind, definitely making a big effort. And now away go the first 2 tyres. These tyres are 40 kilograms each. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we've got pretty well on, but please cheer on the teams nearest to you. Make sure that they have your encouragement. They know that you're right behind them to finish the job properly. It looks as if 51 squadron, I beg your pardon, the RAF Regiment is in the lead at the moment. 3-9 Engineer Regiment. by having a dedicated RAF regiment to provide protection for all airfields at home and abroad. So in 1942, the RAF regiment was created, and we commemorate that historic formation 75 years ago. Now, the covered vehicle on the north side of the arena is the Benny vehicle driven by Her Majesty the Queen as Princess Elizabeth during the Second World War. And we're seeing here a small team of RAF regiment gunners, as they were and are still known, with their jeep taking up position near a Spitfire, Britain's most famous fighter aircraft of the Second World War. Wherever the Spitfire was operating, the RAF regiment guarded her. To defend air bases, and notably they were part of the guard force at Camp Bastia, the busiest military airport in the world, when it was operating for the coalition forces. On the arena now, you see a patrol from 51 Squadron, as they would have patrolled around Camp Bastion and in the local area to prevent attacks on the base. These are today's RAF regiment officers and gunners, still tasked to defend airfields in the United Kingdom and wherever the RAF is deployed overseas on operations. They play a vital part in guarding our aircraft and those who fly them and service them. And in their 75th anniversary year, we salute them for what they do on our behalf. Ladies and gentlemen, the cast of the two...
Parade! About! Touch!
And now, at the close of our tattoo day, our thoughts turn to the many men and women of Her Majesty's forces who are in action in other parts of the world, at sea, on land, and in the air, serving this country with devotion and pride. We think, too, of the families left at home to worry, and in sadness, we think of those brave men and women who will not be returning. We will always remember them. As our salute to their courage and loyalty, the mass bands will play the Airman's Hymn, which will be sung by Ruth Scott, and then would you please remain seated for sunset, which will be followed by the Lone Piper, Archie Drennan from Drumnadrochid, a member of the National Youth Pipe Band of Scotland and winner of the Junior Peabrock Prize at the Solo Piping Olympics at the Northern Meeting in 2016, will play in memory of all those who've lost their lives in conflict over the centuries, the Flowers of the Forest.